trash. Yeah, you know YOLO, Vigno soy Angoyo. A chaque jour ça peine, y'a les lotos, suite au lit. Tika Dovina, y'a pas se pela, pour toi pe qui sante, voto e pela. Les locos pe mate, pour toi y'a les locos tika tante. Twerk, say.
Test. Welcome to Club Shada episode 285. I hope everybody is doing great. I hope everybody is in the best spirits. My voice is almost back. Almost. I hope everybody is doing great. I've been resting. The only thing I permit myself to do is go back to doing my 5 kilometers walk. I have 3 days to do another 15 kilometers. And I think tomorrow I might be going back to the gym. I think I'm doing okay. Breathing is almost there. I still have this little sensation. I had it in the morning. I don't have it right now. So I guess it's good. I guess actually, yeah, I'm almost there. Even I think I might go back to recording. I'm letting my voice heal another 2-3 days, but I'm almost there. I hope everything is all good for you. This show is brought to you by Shada. It is midnight and 44 here in Lisbon, Portugal. I want to acknowledge our stream royalty, Black Free Thinker, with a $5 donation. You can become the stream royalty for the remainder of March with $6. And thank you to all the sponsors who are supporting the show. As always, thank you so much. I hope everybody is doing great. I'm pissed off because I put some Javel on my, you don't even see it. You cannot see it. But this is my favorite t-shirt, and now it looks like, and I don't think I'm going to find another one like this one, but I'm going to keep wearing it. My wife has been trying to throw it away, but nah, I'm keeping it. How's everybody doing? What's popping in? Where you at? Hi to everybody on Twitch. Hi to everybody on Facebook. Hi to everybody on YouTube. Don't forget to leave your likes. And what was that? Okay. I didn't write that. That's strange. Who knows? Who knows? La Milliardaire, what up? I hope you're doing great. 285 Sabrina, how are you? How you been? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, Rosa, how are you doing? How are you? I'm about to retire that intro. I'm actually tired of this one. I'm about to create a new one, but I just have to take the time to do it. Hey, Julie, how are you? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're ready for tomorrow. For your surgery tomorrow. I hope everything's gonna do fine. Everything's gonna go fine. Make sure to send me a message soon as you out of the block, and hopefully the healing is less crazy than the first time, and hopefully you're happy with the results. Mike, thank you so much. Mike, listen, we gotta talk. Mike, we gotta talk about that message in the group. Yo, we gotta talk. You gotta call me. You gotta call me after this show in an hour, cause yo, we need to talk. Cause yo, you know, it's like you guys are trying to do something, right, with a bunch of people who are doing everything for the things never to happen. And then those people who are doing nothing for the things to happen are the one complaining that nothing is happening. And yo, when I saw those messages, I laughed so hard. I was like, yo, I have to call Mike. These people are crazy. These people, yo, everything is going according to everything I said. And still the people are acting as if it is us. Bro, I told you, it feels like, c'est foutu même. It feels like 96 again. Yo. Oh, Lord. Hey, Urban Sweet Spot, what up? What's good in your channel? I have to visit a little bit and put some likes in there and some views. Bro, I'm telling you. We love you too. Don't get too hooked on surgeries. But hey, you know, do what you gotta do. Simple. For those who didn't see me, you can go watch the replay of my live stream with and those who speak in French on Instagram. I just had a conversation with Raconte ton. What is the name of the show? Raconte ton classique. That's that, right? With DOC from the Berlin. That was dope. That was really a dope show. Yeah, really had a great time. What's the name of the show? It's Raconte-moi ton classique. Yeah, that's it. That was a dope show. Like, we really had fun. We had a great time. So let me put the link in the show note for everybody so that if you want to watch it, you can watch it. The show is in the chat. I just put the link in the chat. You guys should check it out. It was really great. It was a great conversation about music, about you know, growing up in the Paris hip hop world, transitioning from hip hop R&B to hip hop R&B mixed with zouk, and revolutionizing a genre. Me and my homies, and I think our story deserves to be told as well. So that was a cool show. Listen, personally, I've been, resting. I was I was listening to the show, and make sure you go in the channel and you leave some likes. I was listening to my voice on last week's episode, on Wednesday's episode. Yo, that voice was raspy. You could see that, like, I'm at 95% now, but I was 80% at that time. It was like, yo, yo. But it was still good to be live after losing 3 episodes. So next week we will probably do a listening party of the song Twerk, which is I think we have 12 remixes. So we will do a listening party of that. Next week, in the next 2 weeks, I have some new singles coming out, which is cool. And then I'm recording a bunch of new new releases, because that's the problem when you're sick for like 2 weeks, and I mean, I was sick 10 days. Then I traveled, but yeah, you don't have like, the good thing, I always have a lot of stuff in advance to release, but I need to record some new stuff. Plus, I got a lot of track that I'm supposed to be featured that I didn't have the time to record because my voice was simply not there. So it's not like I was sick and I could sing. I was actually sick there. So, you know, ça bug où? C'est où que ça bug? Ça va pas? Il faut me dire si ça bug. Moi ici ça va. Mais moi j'ai pas la même chose que vous. S'il y a un problème, il faut me dire. Qu'est-ce que ça dit ici? Ça dit que le stream est... Non, ça me dit que le stream est healthy. So, all good for me. Let me know everybody else if the stream is good for you guys. And what about you guys? I'd love to know what you do. What did you do? I'm uploading a lot of the Club Shada episodes as podcasts. So because of that, I was watching some, old stuff and the old chat. It's interesting to see that in soon 3 years of Club Shada, we have a lot of new people, and we have a lot of people that are still there, and we have a lot of people that they don't come to the show anymore because maybe it's too late for them, or whatever the reason, or they just got tired of it. Back, what up? All good. Okay. So I would like to talk to you about TV. It's something interesting that has been happening, and I was reading this article, and it made me think like that could be a good interesting subject for Club Shada. It's the fact that last summer, it was the first time that more people watch streaming TV than cable. And not of that much, but still. Of course, in the US, but then, it represents the whole world. So, if you look at the graphic here, broadcast television represent 21%, cable represent 34.4%, other 9%, but streaming is now 34.8%, meaning that streaming is now overtaking cable TV in the US, with Netflix still being the juggernaut, YouTube being huge, and then, Disney, HBO, Hulu, and more. And then you have a lot of local streaming services as well in a lot of these countries. Streaming was up 22.6% in a year. And that was like for last summer. So the numbers are probably changed. But it's just that, the streaming is now becoming what we are used to. And you know, when I think about it, as a person that started watching TV when it was like, listen, I started watching TV. It was the RTNC in Congo. So I started watching TV like when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. I don't remember none of it, but from my memories, we had like one channel. Then we moved to France when I was 7, and then I remember we had like 3 channels, and then you got Canal Plus that got added, so that was 4, and then you had the TV6 and La 5. I remember watching Robotech on La 5. It was La 5, yeah. So it was 6 channels, and for a long time, 6 channels was huge. And then we started going to Belgium where my parents had our weekend house, and that's where I discovered cable for the first time. So MTV, channels in French, channels in Dutch, Flemish, like ZDF in Belgium, and then channels in English, and then Rai, and then Spanish channels, like we had like, and then CNN, and like I remember having like 50 channels. That was overwhelming back in the days. And then as time went by, I think 15 or 12, 13 years ago in France, we had the TNT, which was like cable TV for everybody. A new coming, I don't remember what was the technology, but then the number of channels, local channels, went from 6 to 20 something. Plus we had like cable, so a bunch of channels. And then when I moved to Portugal, here it's been cable forever. So when I moved here, all of a sudden I had 100 channels. And then I remember how, so maybe when I got here, the fact that I didn't speak good Portuguese, and I was more watching stuff from, trying to find stuff either from France or in English. I actually started watching more and more YouTube. But I mean, when personally, so in my household is different ways of consuming content. But I can say that when it comes to me, I watch probably, I would say 95% YouTube. Most of the content I consume is YouTube. On Wednesdays, I show up for Mandalorian, The Bad Batch, everything Star Wars, or some series that I like. So if I have a series that I'm watching, yeah, I'm gonna go on Netflix or HBO or whichever, because I think I subscribe to most of them. I mean, all the big ones: Apple, Disney, Netflix, and even YouTube actually, and Amazon as well. But personally, I'm really the YouTube guy in the house. All I watch is on YouTube, so I like watching news in different languages, and usually I don't go to their website or stuff. I watch everything from their YouTube channels. Same for debates in French, or in English as well. Usually I'm gonna watch, if it's not on YouTube, I'm not watching it really. I go to Netflix when I watch, when I'm into a series, but I'm not really like in series into it like that. My wife and her sister, they are the ones that are on Netflix all the time. They watch all these Netflix series of, they really, the what Netflix is aiming for is their generation. The kids, they on YouTube Kids most of the time. on their iPads, it's YouTube Kids. And then Amazon and Disney or HBO, usually, yeah, if there's something that we are interested in watching, we're gonna go watch. But most of the time, it's Netflix. I mean, yeah, my wife has her thing. Oh, we also subscribe to Global, which is the Brazilian thing, and so my wife and her sister are always watching Brazilian novellas and Big Brother. So and cable TV for real, only if the internet goes down for a whole day, which probably happens only one time every year. Only then we're gonna turn on cable TV. And I also have like IPTV where I got like probably 7,000 channels, but I don't really watch that. I just pay this, and so I have access to Congolese TV from Guinea-Bissau for my wife, and French TV sometimes, but I'm more into watching stuff when I want to watch them. I think I'm really not into linear TV at all. Like I'm like that. I want to watch some specific content, and actually, as much as I complain about the algorithms as a creator, as somebody who, when I turn on YouTube, I like seeing what YouTube has for me. So to give you an example, if I go to YouTube now, it's gonna show me mostly stuff that I'm interested in watching. So there's my live stream here, stuff about Star Wars, stuff about crypto, yeah, you know, stuff about Star Wars, ChatGPT, NFTs, and then French debates, yeah, and then beautiful houses. Like I love watching beautiful houses. So the algorithm is actually serving me because of everything that it knows that I'm watching. And it's interesting. I'm really seeing how my habits have changed. When I moved here, I was really into like cable TV. I was watching a lot of cable TV and some movies, and I think we had the possibility to replay, but I was watching a lot of series on streaming, but from the cable provider, because our cable here also have video on demand service of everything that is being played during the week. You can rewatch anything. But listen, once Netflix arrived in Portugal, so that was probably 8 years ago, it was over. I'm not into linear TV anymore. Now it's on demand. I'm really used to watching what I want to watch when I want to watch it, and if there's nothing that I'm interested in, I can do a search. Let's say I can really go to a specific channel because I want to watch the opinion of somebody about something specific. And this completely changed your viewing habits as a consumer of content. I don't even have cable anymore. I don't miss it in Save Cash. Wow. I mean, me, I still have it, but for real, I don't really watch it. I mean, I probably watch cable, twice a year. I just keep it because, sometimes when my father-in-law is here or my dad is there, maybe they want to watch something specific on TV, and it's always good to still have it, or if the internet is down or whatever, this doesn't go down. So sometimes it's good to have it, But it's true that I'm completely, for me personally, it's Netflix, no, YouTube, Netflix, and then everything else. I'm not, even if I'm subscribed to it because I have the Apple One service for the family, I'm not really into what Apple offers. I think they were trying to position themselves as a HBO style or with only quality stuff. But I mean, it's I'm still supporting it and paying because it's okay. It's cheap. I think it's $5 a month, and it's part of my whole subscription. But I believe they should buy a studio and have way more content. And it's interesting because as I'm thinking about the future of all these services, I'm really asking myself, when are we going to start seeing consolidation, where instead of having to find new content across 6-7 different services, and like I know there's more stuff like Hulu, Peacock, and even like local stuff for in Africa and them, but I believe that people are not willing. I mean, people don't have the luxury that I have, that I can pay like all these services at the same time. But a lot of people are also you don't have time to watch all this content coming from everywhere anyway. So then it just becomes, what do you like? If you're really into sports, you're gonna go find the services that serve you. If you're more into the things that I am into, actually you're more gonna find your happiness on YouTube. And if you like those series that are really done with a check on what the algorithm is asking, then yeah, Netflix is your place. It's very interesting what is going on, and I'm wondering how these are going to change. Hola, Cia. De novo, tudo bem? 6 channels or something. Listen, I don't know if it was the hard time or if life was simpler. You see what I mean? Back in the days, like, you got the news, and even if they were lying to you sometimes, you just believe the news, and your psyche was kind of less in the stress of who's lying to me. Now there's so many contradicting sources that are all saying different stuff that it seems like people believe more in the people that they like rather than the people who can prove that they are factually accurate. Now it's more about, yeah, I like this guy, so everything he says is gospel. So I think nowadays it's amazing if you know how to navigate like I do. But if you are somebody who's naive, it's a dangerous world because anybody can just play with your emotions. And a lot of these people, yeah, they are into your emotions because that's how they sell the ads. So yeah, it's special. Ah, c'est vrai, il y avait le satellite avant. Ah, MCM. Ooh. My first track on MCM was Fix. That was in 96. Wow. MCM Music, and then MCM Africa. Wow. Those were the days. Drill Camp. What up, Julie? How are you? I hope you're doing good. We doing good. Nice. You had your ticket for the show already? That's amazing. Thank you so much for your super chat, Sirène des Îles. Thank you for always supporting the show with 20 Canadian dollars. And yeah, we see each other. We see each other in April when I will be in Canada. And listen, we have to try to organize something. Like I don't know if I'm going to do a Club Shada live from Montreal, but at least we have to do a meetup, like Shada Gang Montreal meetup. So I'll be in Canada from the 28th of April. I have the show the 29th, and I leave on the 30th. So in those 3 days, we have to find some time to all get together and do like a Shada Gang Canada photo. So everybody that's in Canada, get ready. That would be cool. La TV n'est pas morte, elle est mal gérée. D'ailleurs, les créateurs de plateformes se sont réunis aux US la semaine dernière pour ralentir leur prod. That's interesting. I think, but what you say is true. I mean, I believe there's too much content. But at the same time, there's 200, 300 million paying subscribers who need new content all the time. So it's kind of complicated because you have to come out with a whole show, a bunch of whole shows all the time. But at the same time, these people are pouring a lot of money that is coming monthly. So once all these people find the right business model that works for them and they know how to expand, that's crazy. It's just too bad for me that, for example, when we talk about the West Indies, I think a group like Trace would have done an amazing streaming service where you can play their music, but also with a lot of original content, reality shows, games, movies, series. Like, you need that type of local content. And I know that some countries in Africa are starting to have that. And of course, you need enough people with a good internet connection, so it's worth it. But I believe that, especially in the French West Indies, that would have been an amazing play to create a platform with content that and then you can use, and you can even resell it to the other platforms. Like this, like there's a lot of things that could be done. Whoop, whoop. So my question that I was asking myself was why do people kind of are starting to prefer, slowly but surely, are starting to prefer something that they can't control rather than something that they are watching passively. Because I mean, you can watch YouTube passively. You just put the autoplay and you let the algorithm play videos after videos. Me, I like to choose what I'm watching after I watch a video. So I don't have autoplay on. I just navigate and click on what I'm interested in. But I think the first thing is par exemple, that convenience and flexibility of being able to just watch what you want to watch without ever having to wait for a certain time for the content to arrive, except when it's a live content. And at the same time, having the possibility to just listen. When I got a show that I like on YouTube, I tend to go to the channel and I start watching a bunch of videos. When I discover a new channel, I tend to go watch 10 videos because I'm discovering somebody and I want to watch a few videos before I subscribe. And it's amazing, for example, that if you are a fan of Club Shada and you discover me now at episode 285, you can go back to episode 1 and start watching right away and just enjoy the evolution of the show. This really makes a difference between this and the traditional television, where you are more passive. And hey, you want to watch Dallas, you have to be ready at 8:30. You want to watch the news, you have to be ready at 8. And it still has a lot of power because passive crowds are kind of more easy to get to than people who are fickle, the people who are just being able to watch whatever they like and have access to unlimited content. They tend to watch a lot of things and forget everything, and the next day they're like, oh, there's nothing to watch. The people who watch like live TV, they tend to just watch something and they kind of remember what they watch. If you ask them the next day, hey, what did you watch? They will say, oh, I saw that, and that. All these people who are on streaming service and Instagram and all these places, they see so much content every day that they kind of don't really remember. If you ask them, hey, what photo did you see on Instagram 2 days ago? They don't know. All of us don't know because there's too much content all the time. Joella, man, what up, cousin? The cost effectiveness, yes and no, because in a way, now whenever we talk about cost effectiveness, we now have to subscribe to so many services at the same time that we kind of lose the cost effectiveness of that. Another reason why people love these content libraries is because they are huge. If you are on Disney Plus, you can watch so much stuff. You have their whole catalog, plus some new shows, plus some new series, plus shows from the different properties they own. Same thing for Netflix. You have a lot of content that you can watch. You can listen. You discover a series at episode 10, season 4. You can go back to season 1. Like, you have this possibility to watch a bunch of content. And I believe the AI part, like I told you, the personalization done by the algorithms is actually great, because if you enter both Netflix or YouTube or any of these services front page from my account or my wife's account or my sister-in-law's account or my daughter's account or my son's account, it's like if you are in 5 different places, because it's really based on our watching habits. So yeah, the recommendation really makes you, sometimes it's going to propose you something that is exactly what you didn't know you wanted to watch. And I think another thing that is very important, that is making those services really outperform traditional TV, is that they are accessible all the time on all your devices. And listen, this changes everything because when I'm taking my plane, before taking my plane, I take my iPad and I go to Netflix and I download like the full season of a show or two and a few different things, documentaries, movies. And then during the flight, I can watch whatever I want. And when I arrive in the other country that I'm going, I land, I connect to the internet, and I still have access to all this library from my iPad. And listen, last time I was in Paris, I didn't even turn on my TV from my hotel room. And it was a big, nice TV. But listen, I was there with my little iPad and I was watching my Korean drama. So I believe that's very interesting. Do you think it could be a generational issue? What do you mean, the issue? Because the fact that people are more into choice than us who had no choice is not really a generational issue. It's just the fact that I believe the technology is here now and streaming is a thing. Listen, back in the days, we used to download a bunch of shows. Like the day they were available in the US, when it was 6 a.m. for us and midnight for the US or 8 p.m. in the US, by the time the show was available, some people would do subtitles in all languages, and you could download the subtitles and the episode of a show and watch it from your TV. And at that time, I was looking at the old way people were doing things, where it was like, yeah, we're buying the right for this series, but we're only going to play it this summer. So that's 6 months from the US. And because it's far away, they were hoping that they would play it in France and nobody would know about the series. But listen, at that time for us, I remember the first one was Heroes. The first 2 seasons of Heroes were so amazing. It would come out in the US. It was 4 a.m. in France, and we would download our episodes by 5 a.m. and watch it the next day because it was super slow to download. And I was already telling a lot of people at that time, hey, listen, when it comes out, and I think the one that really changed that was Game of Thrones. When it comes out in the US, we're gonna watch it. We're not gonna wait for Orange to start playing it or whoever to start playing it. We're not into that. We had the possibility to go find the episodes, download them, and watch them. And it was not that we were pirates. It was that we wanted to see it before everybody was spoiling everything on Twitter. So, and listen, everybody was crazy about the thing. So you wanted to watch it when it came out. And I remember the first season was like that. And then I think it's the second or the third season, but I think it's the second, where Orange understood the assignment. So French television, Orange, they understood the assignment and they decided that for Game of Thrones, it would play like, I think, an hour. No, it would play the same time as in the US. So it come out at the US. In the US, I don't remember what time it would play in the US. But it would also be available on Orange to play on your cable box on video on demand the same time it happens in the US. And at that time, Netflix was not even like part of the conversation. They were still selling DVDs. And then and they didn't have a show themselves that made it, you know, like Game of Thrones, like made people want to watch HBO. And then they had House of Cards. And when Netflix pulled out the House of Cards thing, I was like, uh-oh. And yeah, we're now in this situation where we have a generation of people. Listen, my daughter has never seen linear passive television. My daughter is used to, since she's 1 year old, she has her iPad where she taps on the screen and the videos come out. And she doesn't care about everything you're gonna tell her or no. Like here we have the kids channel called Panda. My daughter doesn't care about that stuff. My daughter wants, and even I'm teaching her how to use the Apple TV so that she can watch on the big screen when her iPad is charging or when she's just sitting, and instead of looking at the small screen, she can just sit on the sofa and watch her TV. Same thing in her bedroom. Listen, she goes to YouTube Kids and she goes look for her Super Mario or her this or her that. And listen, if you look at the kids nowadays, for those who have little kids, they know their way around. Like, for them, it's just their language. And if you tell them, hey, this is the TV, it's playing, and whatever you have in your head that you want to watch will play at 8:30 and it's 7 p.m., they're going to be like, nah, I'm not interested in that. I don't like it. And then she's going to start crying. Because, yeah, when she wants to watch something, it's here. And that's this generation. That's the way they consume content, you know. And Marie, what up? So I think in the future, I guess there's gonna be a time where we're gonna have a whole 2-3 generations of people who now are completely internet savvy and internet natives and video on demand native. Like some people who only know subscription services. And listen, there's a lot of shows that I watch from France, usually political debates, some shows, some news and some stuff. But if they don't have a YouTube channel and clips of different things, I'm not watching. I'm not gonna go look for them in a specific website. I'm not gonna download whatever app I'm not gonna do that. To me, you either are on YouTube or I'm not interested. Or maybe you can be on Netflix or one of these platforms that I use all the time. But that's how I am now. So I believe what's going to happen now in the future is way more AI personalization, because listen, now these AIs are on the next level, right? So I think you might even start at a point having the possibility to chat with your streaming service, right? And say, hey, I like this type of movie, those type of movie. Hey, stop showing me movies that have this and this and this. And it's gonna really create a recommendation that is really suited to what you like to watch, and it's gonna make you discover stuff that, remembering that there's some things that you don't want to see. I also believe that from what I've seen, right? From what I've seen, let me see. My daughter showed me how to turn off the Android TV without pressing the power button. Boa noite. Vanusa, boa noite. Yo, that's crazy. Us, we use all these with our phones, so we know how to do it. Something that I've seen with shows like La Casa del Papel or that Korean show that everybody was crazy about, and even the shows that I'm watching, is that actually this is good for a globalization of local content, because we come from a world where if you lived in France, all you saw was French production and then maybe one or two German stuff, and then the rest was coming from the US, and that's it. And if you were in another country, it was the same thing for your country and for your local content. But with those services that are global, with a global audience, you can actually start creating content for specific niches. Like if you like Bollywood movies, you can have access to all of it. Or if you want to create like stuff that has to do with African food or Congolese music, or a reality show with people from Congo, and something that happens in Congo, or even a show in Congo or in Cameroon or Cape Verde, you can create that content, put it on those platforms, and your content have access to the world. So I believe that this is kind of cool for the expansion of global content, and I think it's gonna be even. It's gonna start being more and more like that. It's gonna be more and more global content. Maybe they will start putting more interactive content. That could be a thing. I'm not sure. And what's interesting now is with the streaming wars and the number of people creating services and the number of people who believe that all they have to do is create a service, it's starting to be people are kind of a little tired of having to pay for all these services. So we're probably going to see either consolidation or maybe other types of ways to pay for your streaming services, like maybe the return of ads that you got to see before watching the show. Like there's going to be some interesting things as there's more people watching, more demographics. I believe that it's going to become very interesting as time goes by, because I mean, even if there's a lot of people in those services, there still are a bunch of people who are not there and who watch traditional TV. It's like something I was saying to my friends at Trace TV. I was like, when it comes to Africa, what's good for you is that with the penetration of internet that is not at the level that it should, where everybody has broadband, you're just chilling. You can keep having channels where you play music videos, and you don't have to disrupt your business as fast as everybody else. But it will come. There's going to be a point where you are in a market where people have the choice between waiting to see the music video that they love and just typing the name of the artist, and then boom, they have the choice in what they want to watch. So yeah, that's very interesting. And listen, I'd love to know your opinion. I'm still sick, and my medicine is still making me sleepy at this time. So I don't want to abuse and stay too long. But yeah, I'd love to have your opinion before I go take some rest. But yeah, the I wouldn't say, even if I call this show the death of TV, I wouldn't say that TV is dead yet. But I think your mileage will vary. It depends the type of life you have. For me personally, yeah, I don't use TV anymore. I'd love to know who still uses TV in the chat. And like, if you are using the streaming services, which one are your top two or top three? Like me, it's YouTube, Netflix, and then these days Disney because of the Star Wars show. But most time it's YouTube, Netflix, and probably Disney Plus, or the other one was the other one that I have. Apple Music, Apple TV. Yeah, no, Apple TV, no. I mean, I love that show called Foundation there, but everything else, I'm too busy watching YouTube. Actually, my number one is YouTube. Let me know in the chat which ones are your top three. And yeah, it's really interesting. I would love to see where we're gonna be like in 10 years, when the internet goes even faster. There's even more people connected, and how is it gonna change everything in terms of the landscape, and even this create a cultural shift, I believe, because the people are watching a certain type of shows that is, taking them in their thinking and their critical thinking in different places. So yeah, you just like me, right? It's just YouTube. Me, I'm really into YouTube. I don't use TV, YouTube, and Netflix. Yep. Yeah, me too. Listen, I'm these days I'm finishing a Korean drama called "I'm Not a Robot" or "Are You a Robot?" Really cool. And I watch so much content on YouTube that I just don't have time for the other platforms. There's a show that I'm starting the season 2 on Amazon Live called not Amazon Live, Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon, like the TV. It's called Backup, I think. Where when after people die, they are transferred to a virtual world, and the people from the real world can still connect with them on the phone or call them by video. It's very interesting. It's interesting to watch Club Shada better. I mean, I believe that a crazy move that YouTube could do. Well, listen, I'm talking about crazy move that they could do. Would be, Lord, what am I doing? A crazy move Netflix could do would be to offer the possibility to select people, or maybe to everybody, to also create live content, or even everybody to be able to upload content on Netflix, just like Netflix would become like not only a library of original content, but also like the first real competition to YouTube. Imagine if I could stream Club Shada to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, but also Netflix. And people could just watch on their TV or their computer and just comment from the app on their phone and be on the live chat. Yo, imagine how crazy that would be if YouTube now had that type of competition. And yeah, listen, some people like, I don't know, MKBHD for tech, or other people might jump ship, and Netflix has deep pockets. They might pay you to, like, listen, if Netflix pays me to take Club Shada exclusively on Netflix, and they tell me that they're gonna push it, they're gonna put it on the front page, and when I go live, people who are on Netflix, they can see that I'm live, and they can just watch and comment. Like, listen, that would be a formidable opponent to somebody like Netflix, for example. And I would love to see that. But maybe I don't know what is their plan, because they really need to do a lot of content to keep people on the channel and subscribed. But now imagine if you hire, like, listen, want a guy like me who can do you 2 shows every week live, and a few people who will start creating more content that, just look some live stuff. And they're getting competition with YouTube. They're getting competition with YouTube, Twitch. I think that's it. That would be crazy. I would go there. Listen, I would try. Like, I would tell them, hey, let's try it a whole year, and I would put all my episodes here, and maybe on YouTube I would only do some clips. And that would be a great competition, trust me. I use YouTube, Amazon Prime, and IPTV for the NBA. Thank you so much, Bernadette. Can you imagine? I watch YouTube on my TV. Yep. But with the Netflix quality. That would be some crazy move. Imagine one of these platforms decides, hey, listen, forget YouTube, forget Rumble, upload your videos to us, and you have access to our 200 million paying subscribers, and whatever they watch your video, we just monetize it for you all around the world. That would be crazy. And you want to go live, you can go live. Like, I believe there's 2 companies actually that are in a great position to do this kind of move. One is Netflix, the second one is Spotify. Because Spotify is pushing into other types of content, other content than music. Podcasts, audiobooks, and now you have video podcasts. So imagine if you could also just have you have your profile with your music and your video content. Club Shada clips, vlogs, all that. And the fans who love your music, whenever they're watching your music, they also get proposed the possibility to watch your videos. Oh Lord, that would be amazing. And like all your music videos in the same place where the music is, and getting paid. Oh Lord, holy. That would be something. But hey. Yep, audiobooks now. But hey, we'll see what happens. Listen, my guys, I need to record this week, so I can't use my voice too long. So I'm gonna go make myself some good tea and have some good rest. I hope you enjoy the show. And listen. Make sure that you leave a comment in a lot of the videos that are on the channel. And also, make sure to tell me who do you think is... do you think somebody will maybe look at this video and be like, yeah, we have to do it? Or who do you think is the best position to do that kind of crazy move and open the floodgates of user-generated content, where either you choose like 1,000 creators or either you just tell everybody, yeah, listen, go ahead and we're gonna have like a live feature on Netflix, because I know there's games there. I mean, I don't never use that, but I know you can now download games as well. So it's so, it's very interesting because I was going out and look at me now. It's very interesting because most of the platforms, they have this. They start here, there, and there, and they're not really in competition. And slowly everybody's converging to trying to have everything. And we've seen this with Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and all these platforms where it used to be one platform does something very well, and that's all we need from that platform. But now it's different because ego, and because that's the way people are. So it's all these platforms, like they started feeling. I remember, I mean, I don't know if you remember, there was a time, and not ego of the platform, of course, ego of the owners. But I don't know if you remember, there was a time where Facebook was scared of Twitter. And that's why they started doing the news feed to look like Twitter. And then they got scared of Snapchat, and they started doing stories. Then they got scared of Instagram. They bought them, and now they're scared of TikTok, and they're trying to have the US ban them. And at a point, Facebook was trying to become like YouTube, but I think it's not in their culture. But I would love to know who, because those platforms now because they're gonna replace TV, they're gonna have a live. I mean, if you've seen Chris Rock did his show, and he was live on Netflix. If they can do one show from time to time, I mean, they can have always live, something that is always live. And listen, you can at a point, you can even take on YouTube, because for now YouTube is the undisputed king of content generated by us. But imagine if they had a real competition from Netflix or Spotify or all of them. If all of them said, hey, listen, we pay $3,000 or $5,000 for every 1 million views on the platform, and just upload your music and your videos there and your stories, and then it's gonna segment the market, because not everybody's gonna be able to be in all the platforms. But hey, listen, I would find it a very fun stuff. But hey, let me go get some sleep. I'm gonna leave you with let me look at your comments. You used to quote somewhere your ideas. No, I just put them out there, and sometimes I watch old episode of Club Shadas, and I'm like, interesting. And then I just create some short 1-minute videos from stuff that I say, just like I did from episode 14 today. But I mean, some of my quotes, they are there in the chat. I kind of have some of them, but not a lot of them. But yeah. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll see how this platform do. This show is brought to you by Shada. Listen, I really need to go get some rest. This show is brought to you by Shada. Where if you enjoyed our conversation, put me a lot of unicorns in the chat. It is 1:53 here in Lisbon, Portugal. Thank you to our stream royalty, Siren des Îles. Don't forget to put your likes and your hearts and whatever. Thanks to all the sponsors who are always pushing this show. Don't forget to donate via Super Chat or go to the Patreon or buy some music, stream some music, some NFTs, etc., and support this show to the best of your ability. And I will see you. Oh, Free, what up? I will see you Wednesday, and hopefully I will be out of medication, because that's thing, those things are powerful and they make me sleepy. And listen, because of the change of time, I actually woke up super early, and I didn't have take the time to take a rest before the show. So that's a lot of things that made me the way I am. So I'm gonna leave you with a track from one of my instrumental albums, and I think it's is it I'll Be There? Let me see. Oh yeah. I'm gonna play you a track called Rocket. It's a track I did, I don't even know, probably in 2005, and it's one of my favorite beats that I did. So enjoy, and I will see you Wednesday, Shada Gang. Blessing everybody. Peace out.